So you have just created your AWS account, logged into the console, saw over 200 services, and now you have no idea where to start. If you're a developer, you want to write code, build, and deploy from your terminal. In this video, we are going from zero to a live app, all from the command line. Let's go. So here we are at the AWS console. If you have an AWS account, you've been here before. Maybe you've clicked around things, trying to figure out where they are. And there is a lot of things that you can do from the AWS console. You can create databases, launch servers, set up APIs, but it can feel a bit overwhelming doing all of that by just clicking buttons. And if you need to set up the same thing twice, you're clicking through the same screens all over again. Or if you make a mistake, how do you figure out which checkbox you missed? As a developer, your terminal and your code editor are your best friends. And that's where we're headed. But first, one last thing before we leave the console. I'm logged into the console with an IAM admin user. This is the user that I use for my day-to-day work on AWS. Quick heads up, don't use your root user for development. Root is the same login that you created when you opened your account. It has some special powers for account level things like billing. For building, you always want a separate IAM user. If you haven't created your own yet, I'll leave a link for you with instructions on how to do so. The AWS CLI is how you use AWS from your terminal. So let's install it right now. I'm on a Mac, so I'm going to follow these instructions. If you're on Windows or Linux, don't worry. The CLI is available for those too, and I'll also share a link with you. Now that we are installed, let's make sure it works by running AWS version. Now it's time to connect the terminal to our AWS accounts. If you have seen older tutorials, you had to generate AWS access keys and save them to a file on your computer. You don't need that anymore. AWS Login just opens your browser and lets you sign in. Since I'm already signed in, it's showing my account ID and my IAM user. I'm just gonna click on it and we are good. Now let's confirm that it has worked. We're gonna run this command that tells us who AWS thinks we are. From here, you should see your account ID and your username. That's it. We now have our terminal connected to our AWS accounts. Now it's time to put this to work. Let's create something on AWS directly from the terminal. So I'm going to get started creating an AWS S3 bucket. You can see that as I type, I'm getting suggestions for commands. This is coming from Kiro, and it can be quite handy so you don't have to memorize all the AWS CLI commands. In this command, MB means make bucket. For your bucket name, you need to pick something that's unique to you. So add your name, some numbers, whatever you want. Bucket names need to be unique across all of AWS. So if someone already took this name, you just need to try another one. So it's your time to get creative. Now with our bucket created, let's see that it actually exists. So we're gonna run AWS S3 LS for listing our buckets. And if you're still unsure, we can always double check that the bucket exists on the AWS console itself. There it is. Now you have the power of AWS from your terminal. Okay, the CLI is powerful and we like it. But imagine building an entire application this way. You would have to run a bunch of commands. Create the app, set up the permissions, configure everything else, and all of that in the right order. If you miss something, you're stuck trying to figure out where it went wrong. But there's an easier way. You can describe your entire application, both the code and the infrastructure, and deploy it with a single command. We call that infrastructure as code. On AWS, the tool for that is CDK, Cloud Development Kit. You can write TypeScript, Python, Java, using a programming language you already know, and CDK will figure out the rest. Let's use CDK to create our first application. The first thing that we're gonna need to do is to create a project folder. And then we're gonna initialize CDK, so it's gonna set everything up for us. Before we write any code, there's a one-time setup that we run CDK Bootstrap. Bootstrap prepares your account so CDK can deploy to it. You only need to run this once, and after that, you're good for future deployments. Okay, let's see what CDK has created for us. There are a bunch of files here, but we are interested in this one. This is where we say what we want to build on AWS. Now to the fun part. We're gonna write two files. One that describes the infrastructure and the other one that is our actual application code. Let's start with the infrastructure first. Infrastructure is just a fancy way of saying the stuff that our app needs to run. That's gonna go in this stack file. So what we are telling CDK here is that we want a Lambda function running Node.js with a public URL. That's it. This other part from asset just means grab everything in the Lambda folder and upload it. And the CFN output just gives us the final URL after we deploy it. The cool thing about CDK is that we didn't write a single line of permissions. CDK handled all of that for us. Now let's write the actual application code. This is the code that is gonna run when someone visits our page. This is just a simple function that returns an HTML page. When someone accesses your page, this code is gonna run. If you put your name on the URL, it's gonna grab that name and show that to whoever is accessing your page. If you want to do more here, you can always use the AWS SDK to do things like talk to a database, call an AI model, or interact with other AWS services. Now that we have our code, we are ready to deploy our app to the world. We're gonna do that by running CDK deploy. Here, CDK is showing what it's about to create. Make sure you review everything, and when you're ready, type yes to confirm the deployment. This part can take some minutes, but what CDK is doing behind the scenes, it's taking our code, figuring out everything that it needs, and creating all of that on AWS for us. And here it is. We got our URL. Let's open it up. You wrote code on your computer, deployed it from your terminal, and now it's live on the internet. And if you add your name to the URL, this is what you see. You can also send this link to anyone. That's your first AWS app. When you're done experimenting, it's time to clean things up. That way, you're not using your AWS credits for stuff that is just sitting there. One of the nicest things about CDK is that just like you can deploy everything with one command, you can also delete everything with one command. And if you ever want that back, you can just run deploy again. We are going to run CDK destroy to erase the things that we did today. It's gonna ask you for confirmation, so type yes to confirm, and that's it. The function, the URL, all of it gone. And as a bonus, we can also delete the bucket that we created earlier by running AWS S3 remove buckets followed by our bucket name. This is it. We are done. Let's recap what we did today. We started in the console, then we moved to the terminal with AWS CLI. We connected the terminal to our account, ran some commands that created resources on AWS, and we finalized by using CDK to build and deploy an app. All of that from the command line. Now you are set up. You have everything you need to start building on AWS. So now it's your turn. Change the Lambda function, update the code, and try things out. If you're looking for detailed instructions, you can find the link in the description of this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.